Ashera. The Ashera cat will run you up to $125,000, making it one of the priciest cats you can buy. This breed is a hybrid mix of three different felines: the African serval, the Asian leopard cat, and your standard domestic house cat. Breeders created this combination specifically to get that wild, exotic look. Think leopard spots and a sleek, muscular build, but in a pet you can actually keep in your home. The Ashera is a large cat, often weighing 25 pounds or more, with those signature spotted markings covering its coat. Only a handful of these cats are bred each year, which drives the price through the roof. You're essentially paying for rarity and that untamed aesthetic without dealing with an actual wild animal. Savannah. The Savannah cat is what you get when you breed a regular house cat with an African serval, which is basically a wild cat with long legs and giant ears that lives in the grasslands of Africa. The result is this tall, spotted cat that looks like a miniature leopard and acts more like a dog than a typical cat. They'll follow you around the house, play fetch, and some owners even walk them on a leash. The closer the cat is to that original serval parent, the more expensive it gets. An F1 Savannah, meaning it's only one generation removed from the serval, can run you upwards of 50 grand. By the time you get to F5 or F6 generations, where there's more domestic cat in the mix, you're looking at closer to 10,000, which is still absurd for a cat, but significantly cheaper than that top tier. Bengal. The Bengal came about by breeding Asian leopard cats with regular domestic cats, which gave them that wild spotted or marbled coat that looks like a miniature leopard prowling around your living room. The breed started in the 1960s when a breeder named John Mill crossed the two species, aiming to capture that exotic jungle look in a pet-sized package. A good Bengal has a muscular build, a thick tail, and rosettes or spots that are crisp and distinct, not just random blotches. The marbled ones have swirling patterns that look almost like wood grain. These cats are energetic and vocal, not the type to sit around quietly all day. A high-quality Bengal from a reputable breeder will run you anywhere from $3,000 to $25,000, depending on how close they are to that wild appearance and their breeding lineage. Persian. Persian cats have been around for centuries, possibly originating from Persia, which is modern-day Iran, though the exact history gets fuzzy the further back you go. What everyone recognizes immediately is that flat face and the absolutely massive coat. We're talking long, thick fur that requires daily brushing, or it turns into a matted disaster within days. The face structure, called brachycephalic, gives them that smooshed look that some people find adorable and others find a bit unsettling. Show-quality Persians from champion bloodlines can run you up to $5,500, and at that price you're paying for specific color patterns, pedigree documentation, and a face that matches breed standards perfectly. These cats need constant grooming maintenance, and the flat face can cause breathing issues and tear duct problems that require regular cleaning. If you want one, be prepared for high upkeep. Peterbald. The Peterbald comes from Russia, and it's one of those cats that looks like it forgot to grow fur. Some are completely bald, others have a thin coat that feels like suede or velvet when you touch it. They've got this long, skinny build with big ears and an angular face that makes them look almost alien. The breed started in the mid-1990s when Russian breeders crossed a Don Sphinx with an Oriental Shorthair, so you get the hairless gene mixed with that sleek, elegant body type. These cats are warm to the touch since there's no fur to insulate them, and their skin can feel slightly oily or sticky because the natural oils don't get absorbed into a coat. If you want one, expect to pay somewhere between $1,700 and $5,000, depending on the breeder and the cat's pedigree. Sphinx. The Sphinx looks like someone shaved a cat and then forgot to put the fur back on. It appeared as a breed in the 1960s through selective breeding after a hairless kitten was born in Toronto. What sets this one apart isn't just the lack of hair, it's the wrinkled skin that makes them look like tiny old men, plus those oversized ears that seem way too big for their heads. Despite looking standoffish, Sphinx cats are known for being incredibly clingy and affectionate, probably because they're always cold and seeking out body heat. Breeding them is tricky since you need specific genetic combinations to produce healthy, hairless kittens, which is why they cost anywhere from $3,000 to $9,000 depending on bloodlines and quality. Scottish Fold. Scottish Folds have those weird bent forward ears that make them look like tiny owls sitting in a cat's body. The whole thing comes from a genetic mutation that affects the cartilage in their ears, causing them to fold down instead of standing up straight. This mutation showed up naturally in a Scottish farm cat back in 1961, and breeders took it from there. So the problem is that same cartilage issue doesn't just affect the ears, it can mess with cartilage throughout the body, leading to painful joint problems and arthritis, especially in the tail and legs. Some Scottish Folds end up with debilitating pain as they age. Despite this, people pay anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 for one because they look undeniably cute. The folded ears are basically a visible sign of a genetic defect that causes suffering. Russian Blue. The Russian Blue is one of those cats that looks like it was designed by someone with a really specific aesthetic in mind. It has this silvery blue coat that's plush and dense, almost like velvet, and the color is completely uniform across the whole body. The eyes are vivid green, which creates a striking contrast against all that gray-blue fur. These cats are known for being gentle and quiet, not the type to knock things off counters for fun or yowl at 3 in the morning. They're also considered hypoallergenic, or at least less likely to trigger allergies because they produce less of the protein that usually causes reactions in people. If you want a pedigreed Russian Blue from a reputable breeder, you're looking at somewhere between $1,700 and $3,000. Maine Coon. The Maine Coon is massive for a house cat. Males regularly hit 20 to 25 pounds, which is about the size of a small to medium dog. You'll recognize one by the ear tufts that stick up like little lynx points, plus that enormous bushy tail they drag around. Their faces are kind of square and sturdy looking compared to your average cat. Despite the size, they're known for being friendly and easygoing, not the standoffish type at all. A lot of people describe them as dog-like because they'll follow you around and actually seem interested in what you're doing. If you want one, expect to pay somewhere between $1,000 and $3,500 from a breeder. That's premium pricing, but you're getting what's basically a small lion that acts like a golden retriever. British Shorthair. The British Shorthair is basically the teddy bear of the cat world. You've probably seen them in ads or memes because they have these perfectly round faces and chubby cheeks that make them look perpetually content. The breed goes way back in Britain, where they were working cats, keeping rodents out of homes and businesses before anyone cared about pedigrees. Their coat is incredibly dense and plush, almost like you're petting a thick carpet, and it comes in tons of colors, though the blue-gray version is the most iconic. These cats are stocky and heavy, males often hitting 12 to 18 pounds. They're known for being calm and easygoing, not the type to zoom around your apartment at 3 in the morning. Lewis Carroll supposedly based the Cheshire Cat on a British Shorthair, which makes sense given that permanent smile. For a show quality kitten, you're looking at $1,500 to $3,500 depending on lineage and color.